I might have to start the radio. I might have to start the radio. Some of y'all, what is that radio call-in studio? You guys you guys have some balls, huh? Some fucking balls on you. You want to call in? Call in. Come on, let's see you call in.
Ready to connect. Click connect to show now. You are connected as the host. Welcome, host. You are now in the host room and can manage your callers from the call-in studio web interface. Audio recording is on. Dual channel.
There you go. There's the phone number, 608-830-9900. If you're not a coward, you'll call in. Talk some shit. Gangsta Party Hotline. Bagahonjo's too shy, man. Portfolio shockingly up slightly for the day as D-Wave starts to drop. Let's go. Give me that rebound. Let's go. I don't know, man. Where are the callers at? Thought you guys are... Here's a guy. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, hi.
So, give me that rebound.
These guys are pussy. The call, connect, and drop. I have your phone number because you called. Should I call you again? Should I call you back? You disconnected. What happened? You got shy? Oh, pendejo. Hello, what's up?
Hey, Martin, what's up?
Chilling, you?
All right. Just wanted to say hi.
All right. Hi,
Been a
bro.
big time for a long time. Take it easy.
Thank you, brother. See you later.
All right.
I'm looking for some shit talkers. Where you at? What's up? Talk some shit.
Hey, how you doing, Martin?
Good, how are you?
Very good, very good. Is there any particular topic you're talking about today?
No, I'm ready. I mean, I'm kind of looking for some antagonists. But
Oh, shit, man. Well, let me just tell you what I'm doing. I'm on a job site right now. I'm a construction worker. But, like many people after the pandemic area, I got into fucking around with the stock market on the mobile apps. And lifetime, I'm down over 100,000. But, yeah, so I've had to take that on the chin and start studying. So basically the most intriguing development so far is I started using some of these large language models to help me come up with a loosely automated
well, let me ask you this
valuation tool.
Let me ask you this real quick.
Yeah.
Why do you want to invest?
Well, I guess, it's game-like.
Okay. There's a lot of games you could play. You could play Call of Duty. You can play League of Legends. You can play chess. I mean, why this? What makes you think you can play this game well? Because, like, for example, I used to play basketball in high school. I was not so bad, if you say so myself. I had a nice white boy jump shot. But, of course, the problem was I couldn't play in the NBA because it wasn't that good. And, if somebody said, Shkreli, you should play in the NBA, I'd say, hey, man, listen, I love ball, but I just can't do that. But when you play in the stock market, you are trading against guys like me, Steve Cohen, quantitative bots. Like, it seems really, really tough to do. You know what I mean?
Right. And so I do realize that at face value, it sounds just like a complete disaster, which it has been, but so some slight background. basically going back to your question of why am I interested in it is, I'm not a college graduate, but I do have approximately like 100 college credit hours. I chose to study a wide variety of topics. I could never narrow down to what I did want to choose, but the only classes I ever achieved, 4.0 in were the business courses, the accounting courses, and that was an identified passion for me. Mm-hmm. Now, the direction of life, coming from a very humble background, I just needed to start generating money to live, etc., quickly. And I did operate a small contracting business somewhat successfully as well. And ultimately, my 100,000 losses amount to roughly like 1/3 of my net liquidity. So I didn't bet the entire farm.
Yeah. Listen, I mean, that's cool. But I guess the point comes in, enjoying it. I don't know if that makes you good at it. And to me, like, I worked on Wall Street for a long time, and, it was just one of these things.
Are you there, Martin? Did I lose you?
Yeah, sorry, I'm just reading some messages. It was just one of these things where, working on Wall Street, you see how the sausage is made. It's such a tough thing to beat the market or try to, outperform. So I guess, from my perspective, like, there's a little bit of
well, right. So here's the other thing is I'm the kind of person like when I was a young child, my parents took me to the pool and I dived right in the deep end, not even knowing how to swim. So I'm kind of a best learned by trial and error. And so, like I said, it's a devastating loss to have to go through. And after that happened, I even took an entire year off of any stock market activity. But last year I traded quite a bit. I broke even for the year.
Well, I guess one question I have for you is: do you have the time to invest full time given your work? How many hours realistically can you put into the market?
Right. So along those lines too. So I'm a seasonal worker. So I'm a contractor during the warmer months. So during the off season, that's why I spent probably close to, I would say 60 hours a week, researching and starting to develop this tool I have.
Yeah,
so the whole point is not to just blindly make short-term trades, leverage trades, and things like that, but to actually do something like you do, the valuation models, the individual stock analysis, to identify mispriced value opportunities.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's great. I think 60 hours a week is enough. You don't have to be a super genius to do well in the market. You do have to have discipline. You do have to have a little capital. So I'm with you, and whatever way I can help, I'm happy to.
And so part of my my passion too for it is that so for example, we're in the company I'm working for now has a 401k fund, right, and it's kind of frustrating how that is. We don't have access or control over the investment vehicles, and just tracking their performance over time, just placing the funds in the
I do have a
index.
hater here, so I want to go quickly to the hater. Hater, what's up? Hello, hater? Are you there?
Yeah.
Hater, what's going on?
Yeah, I'm wondering why, I feel like that's not your main account. Investment account that you're buying QBTS with, ION to.
Okay, I can't hear you too great. Did you say buying?
Yeah.
I'm not buying these stocks. Do you think I'm buying them?
Or putting.
Pudding? My brother in Christ, how old are you?
I'm 19.
Yeah. You going to college, dogs?
What?
You gonna go to college, dog?
I can't hear you.
Are you gonna go to college?
I'm already in it.
Okay. What are you studying?
Cybersecurity.
Got it. Okay. Well, good luck with that. I try not to talk to underage individuals. You know, it's just people get it twisted. You know
I
what
guess
mean?
if you, but no, you do realize that telling people, like that last dude lost 100K. He probably
And?
bought IonQ before their earnings.
And I bought IonQ before the
I guess
earnings.
it's not financial advice, but like
Wait, what?
you're just losing people money more than anything else.
You think so? Did I tell you to press the buy button and do what I do?
Definitely not, but you're a genius, so people are gonna listen.
Okay. So if they listen, they listen. You know, I mean, I can't control their decision making, but you know, I'm down 20%, not 90%. So
But my guess is that that's a 30K account that you're just showing to the stream for fun, correct?
it's not $30,000 is not my net worth. It's not material to
I
me.
know.
Yeah.
I'm saying that's like
I get what you're saying.
that's just a fun account that you use for fun. That's
More or
my
less,
guess.
yes, more or less. It's meant to be instructive, not fun, but yeah, fine. Correct.
Yeah. But thank you for your time.
Yeah? Yeah, no
I love your stuff, so
Okay, cool. Thanks, hater. Not much of a hater. Where the other haters at? Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Yo, what's good?
Hey, what's going on, Martin?
Chillin', how about you?
All good. Can't complain. Yeah, I wanted to ask you, do you ever LP in other funds?
I don't really talk about that publicly, but, you know, I mean, I certainly could be.
Yeah, I was just curious, because I'm going out. I've been running a small kind of investment company, mostly like doing deal-by-deal participation agreements through like an SPV on a one-off basis. And finally, like institutionalizing, hiring admin, auditor, whole thing. And I was just wondering if you have any advice of, you know, beyond the track record and deck or whatever, you know, what types of things, you know, an institutional person, you know, might look for like a structured credit strategy in public markets.
I mean, you certainly want to, sorry, I'm just reading some craziness here. I think you need a network, you know, if you're not seeing lots of different kind of, trying to see if I can make this. Yeah, this is a good move here.
Yeah, I mean, I have good pitches going on. Like I have 4 or 5 meetings set up, all guys with net worths above 100 million.
Yeah, I mean, if you're getting no's, that's one thing, right? If you're getting,
I'm not getting no's. Basically, the main feedback I've gotten is like, you know, going out for 30 to 50 million, and the main feedback is like, this is too small. Like, how do you deploy more than that?
Yeah.
And you know, I want to say, hey, give me like $1 million for the GP. I could hire out a team and have boots on the ground.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's just like an awkward conversation to have. Trying to like think about, hey, like if I told you I could deploy more money than this, it's a little out of strategy from what I've known how to do for the past 7 years. But, you know, if I don't make this bigger, it's not what you want. So, ethically, I don't want.
I mean, I think you can find investors that like smaller funds, and again, there's you just have to ask around. So if they're saying no, and also keep in mind if they're saying no because it's too small, a lot of people say no in different ways. But if they just say no, they're saying no, one way or another.
Yeah, they're not saying no. They still want to write checks.
Well, if they write checks, your fund's growing. Keep doing it.
Yeah, like they're still writing checks. It's just like they're not writing checks from institutions. They're writing them as individuals. So I'll talk to like an asset manager to see their company, and they'll be like, "Hey, like show me your track record." I show it to them.
Well, like I said, you may be talking to the wrong investors, right? So like if they're saying no for whatever reason, it doesn't really matter, what they tell you. If they're saying no, that means you're either talking to not enough investors or the wrong investors. And if you talk to firms that are too big for you, you're talking to the wrong investors. So for example, a lot of startups say, you should raise money from A16Z. And A16Z is a fantastic firm, but they're not going to be great if you're a brand new startup looking for 500K. They're great if you're Palantir or Anduril and you need to raise, $1 billion or something. Then it makes more sense. So I feel like it's just something to think about in terms of getting the right getting the right investor to match with you. It requires a little bit of that. Are these guys the right size and stuff like that?
I mean, my problem isn't really. I haven't really been getting no's. Like it's been going well. I want someone to invest as an institution so that they kind of get behind growing AUM from like 30 to 50, like
right.
100. And if they're investing in
you got to
capital,
find the exact firm that's perfect for you, whether it's an insurance company or there's a lot of firms, and it sounds like you're matching with firms that may be a little too big or whatever the case may be. And that's it's something that you got to just be wary of whenever you have an investment company. You meet with a mega fund, they're going to say, well, thanks, but this is too small for me. You meet with a guy with a dentist with $100,000, he's too small for you. So you got to find the perfect fits. And the perfect fit could be an insurance company that writes $5 million checks, or a really high net worth guy, a family office guy, right? There's lots of, you just got to keep kind of searching for, and some of it is just being direct, like, I'm looking for somebody who can invest up to 5 million. Is that you? And a lot of guys will kind of like say yes, but they really don't do that. And then there's like, I don't know, there's lots of like ways to qualify people a little bit better. Like, you can also ask other investors. I mean, usually these guys have big portfolios, so you're not like stealing. If you have really close investors in the same field, you're not really like stealing investors from each other or something like that. It's hard to get other people's relationships, but it is something you can do. Then there's, hiring people. It's not crazy to sort of hire somebody or compensate them on, sort of having a money raising relationship. So just try to get out there as much as you can.
Find. We already explored that path. We actually almost sold half our GP to like this investment bank that wanted to raise for us. Too many compliance issues, like FINRA regulated entity owning a piece of a hedge fund. It's like not a great look, I guess. So we've been in that. But yeah, we have finders and stuff. Like I said, like it's been pretty easy to find $500K to $1 million check. Just like I want to find someone to take a piece of the GP who has like who kind of almost be a mentor also. Like I'm not young, I'm 35, but still I've never managed like much more than 20, 30 million.
Yeah,
So
I mean, one group to talk to is Soros. I mean, he's they're always seeding funds, investing in funds. I mean, they kind of invented it. Could be a good group.
I don't know how to get in front of Soros. If I did, I would have done it already.
Well, he's got 300 guys working for him. You don't need to talk to him. Just
I wasn't aware that he did asset management.
There you go. That's you're supposed to ask your network. Now I'm in your network, right? Are you?
I appreciate it.
You're a Godel customer?
Sorry, what was that?
Are you a Godel customer?
No. When we launch like this new fund with all the infrastructure, we'll have like a budget for tools, and we'll absolutely be buying it. If nothing else, just to see where it goes. Like I like the product roadmap we have, but to be honest, like we do structured, like we're mostly credit guys, right? So we'll do structured deals in public markets, and like I don't know that the full suite of products makes sense. Like it seems like it's more for a long short fund than for a credit fund. But
you're killing me.
Let's try it out.
You're killing me. You're breaking my heart.
I mean, hey, I could give you some feedback of things like particulars. I work in
Feedback?
mostly. I'll do like private investments in public equity.
Feedback.
Like, I would love to see stuff like with dilution features, like stuff that shows me like fully diluted shares outstanding. Like if you had a bar on a stock chart that shows where warrant overhang is, that would be pretty cool.
Okay. I mean,
Stuff like that.
for $80 a month, I could put you in touch with the team that funds guys. You know what, man? That's disrespect.
Hey, if you
That's
could,
disrespect.
I will pay way more than $80 for
That's disrespect.
to
Well,
guys
you know,
like this. So
That's what the whole point is. You know, we got, you know, I'm just flabbergasted. You know, I'm sad. Really, I'm disappointed. I might cry. It's a frustrating, thing to hear. But no, I wish you luck. And I know a lot of people. And obviously, look, anybody that's a customer of mine, I treat. It's $1,000 a year, so it's only $80 a month, but it is $1,000 a year. And anybody paying me or paying our company, I treat really well. So sign up, and we'll continue the conversation.
all right, you sold me. I'll throw in an order this afternoon.
Thank you.
Yeah, you got it. Now you have a public sale on live.
Yeah, that was sick. Thank you.
Pretty cool.
I did it.
So now, like, you have really important social validation.
There you go.
Of your product.
I love it.
So,
Yeah, no, I appreciate it.
anyway, thanks for chatting. Appreciate
Oh,
it.
anytime, brother. Talk to you later.
Bye.
Okay. Let's talk to this guy. Hey,
Hi, Martin.
what's up, man?
Not much. I'm a pretty huge fan of yours, so it's pretty cool to be able to talk to you. I guess
Oh, I thought you were a
give a little
hater.
bit of Sorry?
I thought you were a hater.
No, I wanted to talk to you. No. You actually helped me immensely. I'll be honest.
Great. I'm happy to hear that.
I've just a little bit of a background on me, I guess, since everybody else gave one. So I'm a securities lawyer, actually, and I've been able to average about a 25% return a year, like by myself. I started watching your content, and honestly, one of the things I picked up was the importance of diversification. So, you know, you've really helped me with that. I guess I just wanted to get your thoughts. Like, are you still bearish on the market this year?
Yeah, so I mean, obviously, you know, macroeconomic opinions are kind of like the old saying, they're kind of like assholes. You know, everyone's got one. You know, there's just not a lot of value in being a macro person, if you ask me, because it's just a really, really tough space that doesn't lend itself to like lots of easy success. I think the people that do macro, they're more like artists than they are investors. And, you know, some of them are great, but I just want to be clear that I'm not one of those people. Like, I don't know macro that well. And, you know, so while I've looked at equities for 25 years, you know, and I feel like there's a obvious overvalued market, I still feel like, you know, I can't, you know, fully kind of like say that I'm quote unquote bearish or something, because, you know, it's really hard to predict these kinds of things. It's super easy to get it wrong. So in any event, that's kind of where I stand. I mean, I do think the market's overvalued. There's not much growth. The multiples are a little crazy, but, you know, that doesn't mean you should go net short. I think, you know, it could just mean having shorts at all. And then just in terms of being a securities lawyer, you know, there's, you know, Charlie Munger is also a securities lawyer. There's tons of other lawyers that become great investors.
Yeah, I mean, I'm based out of Toronto right now, and I kind of wish I was in the U.S. Like, I'd love to get to like a Florida, so that's kind of something I want to do. I feel like even with my pay and like, you know, what I've been able to get as returns, it's still kind of hard to live, which is pretty insane. So, I mean, your picks have helped me out a lot. I really like ADMA. I've invested in that. I have a buy order on that for like 1930, which I think is good, and obviously I'm going to average cost down. And I do a little bit of my own analysis and whatnot. But
What stock do you
sometimes
like?
I wonder if sorry?
What stock do you like?
ADMA.
No, I mean outside of that.
Sorry, maybe I can't hear you.
What stocks do you like in your portfolio that you could talk to me about that I don't know about? Why don't you pitch me something from your portfolio?
Okay, so there's a Canadian stock I like called Dye & Durham, right? It's down super bad. They're actually a legal software search, and I don't know if I like them because of the stock or I like it because, you know, I actually use the product day to day. I don't know if you're going to look at like a Canadian shitco, but I mean,
what's the ticker?
If you did, it would be kind of cool.
Yeah, of course.
BND.
BN. Can you spell it out?
BND. Yeah, if you look up Dye.
I see it. Yeah. Dye & Durham.
Yeah, it's a fairly small position right now because I think
it's not a shitco.
That's been crazy. So.
I mean, I wouldn't call it a shitco, would you? 600 million.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, but that's the only one that I think I have that you don't. So I watch your show quite a bit, and I'll do my own analysis. But your stock picks have been pretty awesome.
Thanks.
Right, ADMA's huge when I picked up Sarepta at 36, so that was pretty good.
It'll work out.
And you know, I don't do shorts. I don't trust myself. I don't know how to do it, and you know. I just don't trust it. I feel more comfortable doing longs and holding for the long term. So I don't know if you'd recommend me to maybe do ETFs instead, just because I am a lawyer and I don't have a lot of time. But
yeah, I mean, one way to I know a lot of people that have shorted the market by just simply shorting spies. You know, so if you don't want tons of beta in your returns, because otherwise, you know. Everyone's going to say, and you're going to think in the back of your head, oh, you know, I'm just making money because I'm long. And when the market goes down, maybe you'll be down 30 or 40%. And, you know, you'll feel like, you know, oh, I could have been short or something like that. So there's a lot of it's pretty hard to, you know, be a truly good long only investor because you kind of have to like find a way to, you know, either protect yourself either through cash or through some other like, you know, bizarre mechanism where you can, you know, protect your downside because beta is a real thing and there's a lot of correlation between individual stocks, and if the stocks you're long all go down when the market goes down, you know, your track record and your returns will be a little lousy. Now, if you don't care because, you know, you'll just sort of hold till the market comes back, that's fine. But, you know, it's just something to think about. I think, you know, if you also have to kind of take the plunge. I mean, if you want to be a professional investor, just do it. You know, if you like investing more than law, just do it. You know, you'll find somebody will hire you and you'll start on Wall Street and you'll figure it out from there.
Yeah. Do you think there's a career like, do you think it would be better to go to like a Florida? I don't know how I feel about New York, to be honest with you. Like I'm in Toronto right now and I hate it. Like I feel like I'd rather a low tax jurisdiction. I'm kind of surprised that you still live in New York. I mean, obviously it's got like a lot of appeal, but it's got a lot of drawbacks too, in my opinion.
This is where I was born. A lot of investors here. No, Florida's great. You know, a lot of guys in Florida. You know, a lot of
it's just hard to break into as a Canadian, especially now with everything going on. I mean, I'd love to come. I think Mr. Trump would probably like to have me. I'm certainly not going to change the politics there, but you know, that's a different conversation.
No, I think it's great. I got to run, but
yeah, pleasure talking to you.
Likewise, brother. See you later.
Even though you know I'm not a hater anymore. If I'm ever in New York, we should. I don't know if you do lunch with people, but I
would love to.
Happily pay.
Would love to.
So,
all right, brother.
All right, nice meeting you.
Likewise.
Bye.
Okay, not too many haters. Not too many haters, unfortunately. So can't take calls all day, unfortunately. But I need a producer to screen the calls.